Hi everyone, thanks for coming back. So in this episode, it's going to be a fairly short one this week because I can't get the phone in here while I'm painting because it makes a bit of a mess. We put lipstick on the pig. So not perfect, but it's better than what it was. Okay, we'll get into it now. Stick around. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome back. So on today's episode of I Really Don't Want to Be Doing This, we're going to be masking up the work ute, getting it all prepped, and tomorrow morning we'll get out early and get the paint on it. So yeah, haven't been motivated to do it, had really sore feet and just any excuse not to get out here and do it because, I don't know, I didn't wreck it. I don't really feel like doing it. So, and not really something that interests me. It's just a work hack and it didn't need fixing until that. So I'm not going to run you through the boring stuff of masking it up. I'm going to go get some tape and paper. We'll get this all wrapped up and come back once we're at that point. Okay, stay tuned. Right, so we're done for the afternoon, or the day. We've given the car a good clean over, wipe down, and I've rubbed it back with a bit of a Scotch-Brite just to make sure we haven't missed anywhere. And we've masked it all up with the plastic wrap that we use. So it's all good. And the two front extensions off the front fenders, I gave them a scuff up and a hit with some stone guard because the lower part of the sills we're going to have a textured stone guard along the bottom of them. So yeah, we're going to call it quits for now, get back to it nice and early in the morning, get it all set up, and we get some paint on this pig. All right, see you in the morning. Good morning. So we're back on the work ute. Now we're going to shoot a light coat of primer or primer sealer over the top just to give the colour something better to stick to. Now this one would normally be a 4-to-1. When you use it as a wet on wet, they say you go 3 to 1.5 and then you put a wet on wet converter into it. So let's see if that's going to work for us. I've never done it like that before. Last time I used like a PPG product that was called a wet on wet sealer. So you just changed how much thinners you put in on that one. So let's give this a shot. I should have got my glasses. Okay. Right, we're going to go to there. Which one are we going to? We've got 3 parts paint. this up so the jar actually seals. Three parts that to one part of that part. And then it says to go another half. One second, I've got more of that. So at the moment we're 3 to 1 and one's 1.5, so that's about there. And then we put the converter in. Give it a mix and see what happens. The Roberlo primer actually sprays really nice when you use it as a 4 to 1 primer. So hopefully it does the same thing this time. I just didn't want to have to sand it. So because the body of the car is what it is, we haven't taken any dents out. It's just the original paint that we keyed back, and we're just doing a colour change on it as is. So there's no point trying to knock all the dents out and carry on like that, because I'd probably give it a week before someone's got a mark in it or something. So no point being too pedantic, and I don't have all the time in the world to sit there and paint it and then block it back. So it would be nice. Hopefully it works like this, and I can get the gun set up properly and we get a decent finish off the gun. Normally after you mix this stuff, I know the Protec paints and stuff like that, like the Epitech, it says to let it stand for 10 minutes. We'll give it a shot and see while I look for a strainer. Okay. feels like it's all mixed through well. Let's give this a shot. Watch me make a mess. Clean up. And get in there and see what it goes on like. Okay, so we've got the first coat of sealer on and it's covered really well. So we're going to leave it at the one coat. Just a little blemish, the only real one there where the door handle is. I'm a little bit chunky to be fitting down this gap. Normally I don't have cars as big as this in here, so I may have had a bit of a wheel with the gun and caused a run, but we've given that a light rub to get it out. So, but the Roberlo primer, when it's mixed as a 3-to-1, wet on wet, put it on a fairly wet, nice even coat, and it lays down really nice and smooth. So for this, it's going to be good enough. Would I give it a light block if it was a car we're trying to do a nice paint job on? Yep. But for now, I reckon that's going to do it. We'll let it sit off a couple more minutes, we'll grab a drink and get back in here and put the black on. Right, so our colour's all mixed up and we're about ready to jump down in there and get this on. So I should only need 2 coats. I think that's all we put on the rest of it. So should have plenty here to do at least 3 if we need to. But it'll depend how it lays on. Get in there and see what it does. Right, so we've got 2 heavy coats of black on there now, and I mean, it's done what it needed to, it's changed colour, but you know what? For a delivery ute, it's good enough. Roof looks like a little bit of a golf ball. She's got a few hits, but this poor old thing gets left outside when it's hailing anyway, so that would normally be enough. I've got a little bit of paint left over, and now is where we roll out the excuses. I'm blind, I've got arthritis, I can't fit in here because the car's too big. Either way, I'm mucked up. There's a hang. There. So what we're going to do is I've got enough to do another coat across the whole roof and probably down to the top half of the doors. So what we're going to do is blow more on there. The bottom half and the sills all seem to get decent coverage, and the gloss off the gun isn't too bad. So what I'll do by hitting that top section again, hopefully I'll have enough there to shave that hang back with a razor, and then give the whole thing a hit with wet and dry and a buff. It's got a few bits of dust in the paint. Oop, found another one. So on the corner up there again. What can I say? The room's not wide enough, the car's too big, I don't move that well, and you know what? I stuffed up. So I can think of more excuses, but Alright, good enough for now. I'm going to let that flash off a little bit more so it's not quite so soft. And that way hopefully we can hit one more heavy coat across the top. And it'll be good for a sand and a polish. Okay, so we're done by a little bit of cleaning up. We've gotten it unmasked for the main part. The paint's still too fresh for me to get in close to the cab where that tray is. So we're going to leave that for now, and I'll get into it through the week and unwrap that. And then I'll go through and find the spots where we have to brush touch a couple of spots and use a razor blade to scrape a couple of those sags back, like that one up in the back corner up in there and on the other side, and we'll get it ready to give it a hit with a buff. So by next weekend we should have all the front sheet metal bolted back on and it's ready for him to do his worst again. All right. Okay guys, so we're going to leave it here. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, share and subscribe if you want. And yeah, we might have managed to be able to put lipstick on a pig. Okay, see you next time. Bye.